The objective of this presentation is to propose a reflection about some aspects which I believe should be considered when trying to integrate technology to education and the investments to be made. So, a big question we've been hearing is what to adopt? A BYOD model where students bring their own devices, or a one-to-one program with one tablet per person? There are some points we need to consider. I'd like to start with a quote by Chris Lehman, 2010, where he says, "Technology should be like oxygen, ubiquitous, necessary, and invisible." What does he mean by that? We can't see oxygen because it's everywhere. It's vital to us. We breathe in and out and don't even notice it. It's part of our lives. This quote also reminds me of a concept developed by Box, which he calls normalization. He says that technology should be normalized to really serve its purpose. There are many technologies which have been normalized. Take the pencil and the notebook. Nobody gives it a second thought. It's a natural way of registering information. This quote was mentioned by Warshauer in his book, Learning in the Cloud. In his book, Warshauer describes the result of his research in several American schools. His objective was to observe how different schools have been integrating technology to classes. The most successful examples had a few common characteristics. Computers were in the classroom all the time. They were not used once in a while. They were a natural tool for learning, like desks, the books, pens, and notebook. The activities with the computers were not a special dessert. They were part of the main course. The classes were not created around computer use, but the use of computers happened when they were needed, and this is only possible if they are available all the time. Now, when it comes to the adoption of a one-to-one model in Brazil, and here I believe that this might be the reality for other countries too, I can see a problem. Many schools can't afford to purchase a big amount of tablets for the school. And the schools which do, they end up buying a set of 20 tablets for the whole school. So teachers have to schedule when to use the tablets. I can see this equation. If a school buys only one set for the students, teachers have to schedule when to use the tablets. That resembles a lot to the use of old computer labs. The use of tablets becomes something special, used only on certain occasions. Therefore, tablets are not invisible. So, how can we make technology invisible? To our eyes, there is a piece of device which is already invisible in our classrooms, maybe in our students' backpacks: the smartphones. As I started thinking about smartphones, I came across some interesting data. In 2012, the number of cell phones exceeded the population. This is data about Brazil. Until January 2013, more than 262 million cell phones were sold. 53 million cell phones had 3G. So from what I've been observing in my classes, Most students have their own cell phones. So BYOD sounds like a good idea, but still there's a problem. Some of our students have iOS devices, others have Androids. When selecting apps, there are some apps only available for one system and not for the other. Thinking about making the app management more practical, I've created a collaborative list for free apps available, both for iOS and Androids. I named it BYOD Apps for ELT and started the list at Listly. I shared Listly on Facebook and Twitter with my PLN and 7 other educators have helped build this list. We started with a small amount of apps, but today we have more than 70 apps on the list. Anyone can collaborate. So, attached to this presentation is a Google presentation of some apps I recommend with some suggested activities. Hope you find this helpful. Thank you.